The year is 2026, and the financial unthinkable just happened. For nearly 80 years, the US dollar was the only game in town. If you wanted oil, you paid in dollars. If you wanted to save for the future, you bought treasuries. But as we speak, a new player has officially entered the chat, the BRICS unit. This isn't some crypto scam or a pipe dream. It's a gold-backed currency used by nations representing half the world's population. Today, we're doing a deep dive into how this unit is built, why the petrodollar just died a quiet death, and most importantly, what happens to your savings when the world stops needing so many greenbacks. Welcome back to the Republic of Wealth. Let's get into the numbers. First, let's clear the air. The BRICS currency isn't like the euro. You won't see BRICS bucks in a Brazilian ATM anytime soon. Think of it as a digital trade settlement tool. It's built on a 40-60 hybrid model. 40% is backed by physical gold. This gives it an anchor. Unlike the US dollar, which is backed by the full faith and credit of a government $35 trillion in debt, the unit has real weight. The other 60% is a basket of national currencies like the yuan, the rupee, and the ruble. Now, why does this matter so much? Because for the first time since 1971, the world has a trade currency that is partially hard money. By using blockchain technology, BRICS nations can settle billions in trade instantly, bypassing the Western SWIFT system entirely. It's a financial network that Washington can't just turn off with sanctions. But how will they get the world to actually use it? The answer is oil. For decades, the US dollar's secret weapon was oil. If Saudi Arabia only took dollars for its oil, every country on earth had to hold dollars. That was the deal that secured the dollar's dominance. But look at the data from just the last 18 months. Saudi Arabia and the UAE, now full BRICS members, are settling oil contracts in yuan and rupees. The petrodollar hasn't just been challenged, it's been replaced by the petro multi-currency. So what happens next when the world's gas stations stop demanding dollars? The extra dollars held by foreign central banks start flowing back to the US. And that, my friends, is a recipe for serious domestic inflation. It's a tidal wave of cash returning home, and it's about to make everything you buy more expensive. Have you noticed the price of gold lately? It's not just market jitters. Since 2023, BRICS central banks have been on a historic shopping spree, buying more gold than at any time since the 1960s. But here's the key. They aren't just hoarding it. They are strategically cornering the market. China and Russia are the world's leading gold producers. India is the world's biggest consumer. They control both supply and demand. By tying their new unit to gold, they are forcing the West to play a new game where BRICS holds all the best cards. If you're still thinking about gold as just some boomer insurance, you're missing the bigger picture. In 2026, gold isn't just a shiny metal. It's the geopolitical pivot point for the entire global financial system. The numbers don't lie, and this buying frenzy tells a story you can't afford to ignore. So, let's get real. How does this power shift actually affect your bank account? If the global demand for the dollar drops by even 10 or 20%, two things happen immediately. First, imported inflation. Everything we buy from overseas, from your iPhone to your coffee, gets more expensive because the dollar is weaker. Your purchasing power literally shrinks. Second, we face the interest rate trap. To stop the dollar from crashing, the Federal Reserve has to keep interest rates high. That means your mortgage, your credit card debt, and your business loans all stay painfully expensive. You're essentially caught in a pincer movement. Your cost of living goes up because of a weak dollar, and your cost of borrowing stays up to try and save that same dollar. This is exactly why simply saving in a traditional bank account is a losing game right now. You're losing ground every single day. So, what do? We don't panic. We position ourselves intelligently. Here's the Republic of Wealth strategy. First, diversify out of the system. Physical gold and silver aren't just for doomsday preppers anymore. They are the BRICS unit's primary backing. If the unit succeeds, gold wins. It's that simple. You need to hold what the new system values. Second, Bitcoin is the neutral zone. As the world splits into two financial blocks, the US versus BRICS, Bitcoin remains the only truly neutral, decentralized asset. It's the digital gold that neither side can manipulate or control. It is financial sovereignty in a world of currency wars. Finally, look for tangible yield. In a world of infinite paper money, the person who owns real stuff wins. That means assets like real estate and essential commodities. Tangible assets hold their value when currencies fail. The BRICS unit isn't going to destroy the US dollar tomorrow, but it has officially ended the era of the dollar's absolute, unquestioned power. We are now in a multipolar financial world, and your portfolio needs to reflect that new reality. Ignoring this shift is the biggest risk you can take. If you found this deep dive helpful, hit that subscribe button and join the Republic of Wealth. We're navigating this historic shift together, one step at a time. Speaking of shifts, would you like me to do a breakdown of the top 5 commodities to hold as the BRICS unit gains steam? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear what you think about this new currency and how you're preparing for it. I'll see you in the next one.